福生无量，福生无量天尊，慈悲慈悲 dear Dao friends from all around the world. Join me today on a little talk on the topic of what is Daoist practice. And before we start, I just register an event for today on Zoom. So it's a free lection on Daoist practice. So at 15:30, 3:30 p.m. German time, like Middle European time, you are all invited to join. The class is free, and all the information and password to enter, the link is all on the post on the Daoist Liu page, Facebook page. I'm actually waiting for a delivery, so I hope they don't interrupt us now. Yeah, welcome, welcome, Tsubei, dear Dao friends. Today, I want to make a little short video, a short live stream about what is Daoist practice, because many people recently contact me, they want to study and want to learn Daoism, and in my experience and what I read from the messages, and I want to explain a little bit that there is many ways of Daoist practices, and there is no perfect way, there is also no wrong way. There's just wrong practice, and of course fake teachings, like people make up their own stuff and don't have real experience in what they even teach. And that's the problem with many spiritual practices, as you know. But today I don't want to gossip about anything. It's also not my intention to say anybody is right or wrong. But people should stop being running after the money, with spiritual classes. But instead of this, practice what they teach and master what they teach before they teach others. So that's one important thing. And another thing is why I'm doing this is, I already mentioned in the beginning, we do a lection today about some Daoist practices. And today in this live stream, I'm going to tell you a little bit about what I'm going to teach in the Zoom class later on, is that there is certain pillars or certain principles to a real Daoist practice. We call this Daofa, not Daofa Ziran, but people also misunderstand what this method or this Dao Fa, the Fa means. Okay, I had people asking me, okay, do you have a Fa? Do you have a method? Do you have Daoist practice? Actually, I will not tell everybody or anybody who's not my disciple what Fa we practice, because that's none of anybody's business. If you don't know what we practice, by looking at it, or by knowing what this lineage is about, then it's also no need to talk about this. It's just a nonsense conversation, because usually we never talk about what we practice. We just practice, okay? So in general, there is 4 major pillars, major principles of each practice, okay? And there is many Fa, okay? They talk about Xin Fa, Lei Fa, Fa, there's a lot of practices. And let's talk about basic principles, okay? Basic principles are, as a Daoist, you should, or if you watch this, you probably practice Daoism. Every Daoist should read scriptures, should practice scriptures, because Dao Jing Shi, the 3 treasures is Dao, Jing, Shi. Dao is written in the scriptures, in the Jing Dian, and the Shi, Shifu, the master, is teaching you this. So we practice scriptures, and through this chanting, through this reciting of scriptures, we memorize the scriptures, we memorize what is written in there, and that's also one kind of Daoist practice, okay? Many Daoists, or many beginners, they think every Daoist must meditate, must practice martial art, must do whatever not. Not everybody does everything. There's only limited time available, so you should focus on one thing. If you want to achieve a high level of martial art, then you practice martial arts every day. And this is also a Taoist practice if you practice it with the intention, with the right intention. But every practitioner should read scriptures. That's why we give away a lot of scriptures. Okay, we are almost sent out 200 scriptures, but we still have some left. So this is a little advertisement for our scriptures. It's free. So if you want to learn scriptures, this is a practice book. This is not no translation. This is a Chinese opinion. And if you practice Taoism or if you practice scriptures, you could let me know, and I will send you this Liu Pin Xian Jing. And there's 6 scriptures inside one book, so you don't need a lot of scriptures. You just use one book. And this is 早晚课, the morning evening scriptures. There is 北斗经, 三观经, yeah, and 真无妙经, and 余属包经, the 6 major scriptures, okay, and with the pinyin and some nice pictures inside. And we send this around for free. So for all of those who ask me, again, this is no English, there's no translation in it. And the second major question, or people ask a lot, is, can you send it to other countries like Southeast Asia? Okay, we send it all around the world. Yeah, and if you want to donate for this purpose, yeah, we can print more and send more. So if you want to donate, you can also send me a message, and we're gonna appreciate this a lot because we spend a lot of money, and also people donate for this purpose. So many people around the world can get this scripture and practice scripture. And this is the major part now. Okay, in this live stream, I don't want to talk too much about other things, but the Taoist practice, everybody should practice or read Taoist scriptures, because the scriptures are full of Taoist knowledge, full of Taofa, and full of practice. And we start from the heart, let's call it this way. Yeah, we need to understand what's in there, and that's why we also do like the lections. We have online courses to learn the depths, the deep practice, the deep ceremonies, the ceremonies for the Taoist practice, Taoist ceremonies. We have online classes and local courses here, and that's why I give so much attention on Taoist scripture and Taoist practice, because I have a lot of good experience with this. Yeah, and what makes a Taoist practice a Taofa? Okay, this is now for your notebook, maybe you can write down. There's 4 pillars. First is the scripture, yeah, and many of you might know the Bada Shenzhou from the 早晚课, yeah. The second is the Zhou, yeah, Zhou. Then there's Fu, yeah, this talisman, the Fulu, yeah. And of course the Baogao, yeah, all these are part of Taoist practice. And then you need the right method. If you don't have the right method, even you have the right tools, if you don't know how to use it, if somebody write a comment, I'm gonna answer about this. If you don't have the right method, you can have the best tools, but you will not be able to make anything. Just an example, yeah. I know some people, they buy all kind of Taoist things, Taoist tools, like a priest use, but they don't even know one basic sentence. They don't know one basic practice. But instead of they learn the most basics, they keep buying a lot of things. So this is what we call 孔家子, or let them buy this. They also don't know how to use it anyway. But, instead of spending a lot of money, they could use that time to learn some scriptures, learn some real practices. Everybody like they want, I just say what I think. Yeah, it's like you don't know how to bake, but you have the best oven, you have the best ingredients, you spend thousands of dollars or euros for the tools, buy a kitchen equipment, but you don't know how to bake, and then you have it all, and then you give up because you don't know how to bake, and it's not so interesting for you anymore. That's the major point. That's what people call like desire. They are living in this desire, but they don't want to put the effort into practice. Okay, so this is also rule number 1. to just practice, and everything comes natural. That's why, and here is a secret from the Dao Fa Zhiran. Actually, the sentence is called different. It says Dao Fa Zhiran Er Lai, which means the skill. Yeah, Dao Fa also means the Dao skill. The skill comes naturally through the practice. So yeah, I also have some students. They told me they don't have any Daoist uniforms. They don't spend money on that. They don't want that because they just want the practice. And here's the thing, I love this. I love this this expression. I don't need that because I need the practice. I need to practice first. And if you practice right, all this comes naturally. Maybe if you're ready to make a ceremony, then you wear the robes, but to be honest, you and me, we all know that there's thousands of people wearing the robes and they don't know even what they're talking about. So if you don't know Chinese, don't tell anybody you translate any books. If you don't know Chinese, or if you don't know nothing about Taoism, don't tell anybody you're a Taoist priest. That's ridiculous. And this is my honest opinion. So I don't say names because they know it. These people know it. They just lie to their students and make up things. And this is harmful for everybody. And I'm not the Dao police, okay? I don't care. But people, my students, tell me about this, and it's just kind of embarrassing for Daoists who are really putting the effort in and get the bad image from these kind of people, Yeah, and I only say one sentence: Hollywood culture. If you know what this means, that is all. And I bless you all. I bless everybody because you are on the Dao. You are on the way. You are on the path. But let me tell you one thing: without a real teacher, without a good teacher, and without fundamental practice, and I don't mean like go to China for 2 weeks, make a trip, talk a little bit, drink tea, and then go back and then act like you learn something. That's ridiculous. You need to study. You need to put the effort in, and not like just talking. Practice every day. Every day practice brings the benefits. 加油北斗经 is one sentence. If you practice the 北斗经 every day, and my Shifu also let me practice this every day, then many, many good things gonna happen. And many good things happen to me, and they're gonna happen to you too. So if you receive, and now we go back to this, if you receive this book and you don't know what to do with this, you just give me a message, and I will explain also with pleasure how to use scriptures. If you start practicing, you should start at the beginning, 早课, 晚课, and then you gonna have a good foundation. Don't mix too many things up. Don't mix like 10 things, 10 scriptures. There's also one major principle. I also am disciple of several lineages, Zhengyi Pai and Quanzhen Pai, and many people say they are different, but at the end, they're all the same. They're all on the same Dao. But it's important to know one thing. Dao Fa, the Daoist skills, the Daoist practice, should not mix up. So if you practice one thing only, and don't mix it up with another thing, okay? So let's say a very simple thing. If you practice a certain skill, which is fundamentally for Neigong, Neidan, then you don't mix it up with some skills of different other schools. Let's call it like, just to give it the name, it's just general name, the Quanzhen Neidan Gong. This is so general, but people think now, he says something, Quanzhen Neidan Gong. Here's the thing, there's so many different practices within this Quanzhen Pai. And if you're not into that, if you're not in it, then you will not know the details, the differences. But just for general speaking, one Neidan Gong and one Waidan, or external practices from different lineages. We don't mix this up. You focus on one thing first, master it, or get a good outcome from this, practice it for a long time, and then, okay. If you mix things up, you will not get any outcome. I recently see one video, and this is also just what brings me to this point to tell you a lot about this. I recently watched a video where a Daoist master, I guess from Beijing by the accent, yeah, he explained that also he had people approach him, and I have this too, like real serious issues, people with serious issues. They have problems. They get mentally ill, mentally problems because the wrong practice. They practice what they hear, what they read, what they listen from some stupid guys talking on YouTube or Facebook. And they believe it because they wear some nice robes, but they never even put the effort in to practice what they're talking about. And this is, maybe they don't believe in this, maybe they don't know that, but if you teach harmful practices to people or harm people through what you do, yeah, it will always come back to you. It will always come back to those people. If you just want to make money from this, why don't you go and be a taxi driver or do some other things? You're gonna make more money and not harm people by teaching them wrong practices. But people practice wrong methods. They mix up methods. They practice the Zhou, the incantations, and they get mentally sick. They get problems. And when they already start opening up, when they start opening up for spiritual practices, yeah, there is a gate open. And here's another important notice. If you didn't do the Baishi, proper Baishi, and the gates get sealed by the master, or you get protected by the master, then there can be spirits enter your body you don't even know. And there's videos also in our group, Daoism in Europe. Just recently, one brother from Guangzhou, he's expert in exorcism, he sent some videos. This normal, ordinary people, they don't know that they are possessed by some spirits. So they want to enter some holy place, and they're gonna freak out. They freak out. They don't know why, and they want to get rid of this. So they find a master to help them. And here's very simple direction for you. Yeah, first, learn about Dao. Second, find a good master, not just the first one who you think is skilled. Yeah, get into Daoism if you want to, and practice for a long time if you have the intention to Changshen Busi, yeah, for get immortal. If you just want to hang out with Daoists, it's okay, welcome. But if you want to if you really will have a goal and realizing Dao, and you want to put the effort in, yeah, you're also most welcome. And that's a long-term thing, not just a few weeks every year, go for a few weeks to China, and then you're a master in this. And when you go back, you have your classes and whatnot, I've seen it in all directions. If it's martial art, Wudang, people go to Wudang. I mean, we lived there for a long time. I was teaching there. I spent time down the hill, and I've seen a lot of foreigner, not only foreigner but Chinese too. They spend some time there, let's say weeks or some months, and then they go back and open the school and become the master. But without putting the real effort in. So, yeah, now I get some visitors, and to make it short, contact me if you want to get one of those scriptures, and welcome to join the free lection on Daoist practices later on at Zoom. So check out the post. I just posted it on the Daoist Leo page on Facebook. And before I forget, yes, so you go on our website, it's www.wu, then -dan-pi.de, and there is a menu, it's called Laozi College, Laozi Daoist College, and you're gonna find the Library, and some information about our classes, and then there is a menu option. It says free online classes. There is 4 or 5 online classes, online lections about Daoist basics, basic knowledge, basics what I taught before, and you're welcome. You're welcome to check this out. Hey, today, 好吧? No, little one? So, okay, let's finish up, and welcome to join us in the Zoom class today.